And as I mentioned in the opening, joining us today here on Under Starters Orders, the Paisan Racing team coming into 2020 in the NGK Formula One Powerboat Championships Formula Lights division, looking to make their mark in 2020. Joining me on the left is driver of Paisan Racing, Jason Bonanno. In the middle, team manager Robert Trolian. And on the right, team builder Paul Trolian. We'll get to that in just a minute. Jason, Robert, Paul, thanks for being on here this afternoon.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Tom.
Right, well, Jason, we'll start with you. 2019, rookie season for you in the cockpit of a Formula Lights. How do you feel 2019 went for you and for Paisan Racing, and what did you get out of 2019?
Yeah, I think, obviously 2019 was the rookie year, and for me, obviously it was a 100% complete learning exercise.
Right on.
Learning how the boat runs, learning how the motors are built, how the motors are run, how to tweak the motors for the right speed, so on and so forth.
Absolutely. Now, while a rookie in 2019 on the NGK Formula One Powerboat Championship Series, not a rookie to boat racing, I was told that you made your way up through the stock outboard ranks. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct. So in 2012, I started in the stack outboard, the kneel downs, mainly in the runabout, B runabout, 15 runabout, A runabout. So I was 100% roll-up runabout driver till last year.
Okay. Well, at least you know how to take a beating, that's for sure.
Yeah, everybody told me that Bay City was going to be a rough race, and I've been running the marathons in a B runabout for the last 6 or 7 years, going across some pretty large waves on my knees. So to me, it didn't seem so rough, but everybody else told me it was a rough race. But to me, it felt like another day on the water.
Right on. Well, so obviously 2019, a lot of learning, just kind of soaking everything in. What did you take from 2019 and are looking to transition into 2020?
Yeah, I think really just kind of taking the learnings that I've had just myself driving the boat, but more so learning a few tricks of the trade from the guys around the pits trying to help the new guy out, which was very much appreciated. I can't say enough for everybody that wanted to offer help when I was either having some testing problems or motor problems, etc. So hopefully I can take all those lessons learned to put the boat out front this year.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, in 2019, your team manager came on board with you and kind of formed Paisan Racing. Robert, how did you get into tunnel boat racing here in the NGK Formula One Powerboat Championship Series?
Well, I was introduced to the tunnel boat racing through my brother Paul. He was a Formula Lights driver. He was a member of the NGK series, and he actually took me to LaPorte, Indiana race with him, and I was able to crew with him there and reconnect with Tim Seabold, John Schubert. I knew Tim from years back, and I just thought they had a really good thing going. And when Jason talked about going tunnel boat racing and we talked about going Formula Lights, Paul had got out, and with me moving to Michigan and living right near Jason, we were trailering together in the kneel down stuff, so we just transcended that on into a team and formed Paisan Racing and went from there. I feel good about last year and got even higher expectations this year. I know the kind of boat my brother designs and builds should be competitive right out of the box from his years of experience in doing it. And I think we'll be one of the guys to be reckoned with this year.
All right. Well, every good driver needs a great manager behind the scenes running everything, and it seems like you've got all your ducks in a row, Robert.
Well, it's funny. I've never driven a tunnel boat. However, I've been around it a long time. I'm pretty observant. I mean, I've tested tunnel boats, but I've never raced one. Let me rephrase. But from being in the pits and working with the rinkers for a couple years and helping them guys out, I kind of know how most of the drivers drive. And so I also do Jake Alchema's radios on Team Racecraft, our sister team. And it just kind of, it flows together. I'm able to tell them what I see. And for being a boat racer myself, I think I see some other things that a normal radio man who never raced wouldn't see. And we had a pretty good year.
Absolutely. Now, Jason, I've got to ask. You know, we're at the race shop back in Indiana, and there's what looks to be like a new boat sitting behind you. But didn't you just have a new boat that you acquired from Cheatham Racing just last year?
Yeah, that's correct. I did buy Austin's rig for the rookie season last year. It was a great rig. Learned a lot. It was a great learning boat, I think. But for me, Tom, it is a new boat that I'm gonna have on the water this year, debuting. Hopefully, if this COVID thing works out in Bay City. You know, for me, first and foremost, I'm a big advocate of safety. Working with Paul, he's had some great ideas here just on the safety cell first that, you know, for me, will make me feel that much more safe inside the capsule, so I can make some more aggressive driving moves that maybe would have been a little bit hesitant prior to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome to hear, you know, and that's one of the great things that we've been able to uncover here on Under Starters Orders is going into 2020, new boats, new drivers, new teams, but the biggest stress we've seen across the board is that attention to safety and really putting the driver in a place where he can run that ragged edge, push it as far as possible while being safe at the same time.
That's right.
So that leads us to the last part of our interview with Paisan Racing here this afternoon. And the man sitting there on the far right side, former NGK Formula One driver, Paul Trolian. But now, Paul, lending a hand in the boat building arena. Paul, what made you jump back in and decide to build a 45?
I've been messing around with it for a few years. And Jason and I talked a little bit and told him what I wanted to do. And he said he would take the first boat, so I went ahead and built one.
Well, we do know that your name is all over the stock outboard ranks, and I know that through your time racing in Formula Lights yourself, you did build yourself some of your own racing machines as well in the Formula Lights class. Talk a little bit about this. Jason mentioned safety. Why is he so enamored with your boat, as we'll get to the name here in just a second, when it comes to that safety aspect?
I've been big on capsules my whole career. And I think I built a pretty good capsule. And this boat will actually be a 45, and it will have crash boxes.
Okay.
And I feel that that's why.
Right.
I was in Florida last year, and I went to lunch with Sean Turente. Sean won't race in America no more because he won't drive one of our boats. And it made me think a lot about it. So that's why I want to build a crash box 45 that I know will be a safe boat, and I wouldn't hesitate putting anybody in it.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. So real sleek design it looks on the hull. Is this an all composite, all carbon fiber hull?
No, it'll be a wood boat built around a carbon Kevlar capsule.
Okay. Hey, all right.
Vacuum infused.
Okay. Now, why the wood sponsons with the composite center?
Because engineering wise, you have a mold, you're kind of stuck with it. And you can add Gary Pugh's old comment for years. Wood's a great engineering product, and you can change it anytime you want. So
fair enough.
I don't want to be stuck with a mold because I'm always thinking and I'm always wanting to do something different.
Okay. All right. Well, as we have debuted the center section there behind what's hopefully to be the first boat off the assembly line, hopefully in time for our opening round of 2020, the Bay City's Rockin' the River, July 10th through the 12th. What are these? What is this beautiful machine behind me going to be called?
It's an OutKast. And I can build a 45 up until an F1.
Okay. Oh, wow. So already possibly plans for stretching that Formula Light out into one of the larger hulls.
Definitely. As soon as this boat's complete, I'm going to start building an F1.
Wow. Okay. All righty. So we've got the OutKast Formula Light, the first crash box equipped Formula Light in North America. Is that correct, Paul?
I hope so. All right.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. And a tip of the cap from everybody here at the NGK series. We always love seeing the innovation, especially when it comes to safety by our teams and drivers. Jason, what do you feel like hopping into this OutKast Hall with these crash boxes and that extra safety and reinforcement is going to do for you here in the 2020 season?
I think it's going to really give me the confidence to get out front and not look back.
Okay. All right. Well, big words coming from a second-year driver here on the NGK series. But, hey, you know what? If you don't think it, if you don't believe it, it's never going to happen. Am I right, Jason?
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, hey, guys, I really appreciate you guys taking the time this afternoon here to join me on Under Starters Orders. We wish you guys the best of luck in 2020, and hopefully we see that OutKast Hall with the Jason Bonanno in the cockpit on the podium numerous times here in 2020.
We hope so.
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks,
All
Tom.
right, they are Paisan Racing and OutKast Formula Light and Formula One tunnel halls. I am Thomas Yarbrough. This has been Under Starters Orders. We'll see you next week.